All right, everybody, welcome. Welcome to another edition of Marilyn's Cafe Society radio show right here on YouTube. And today is a special day. We're dedicating it to Black History Month and especially Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable. And of course, joining me and highlighting DuSable and learning more about him is the founder and president of Martin's International, a not-for-profit arts organization that promotes the African, Caribbean, Mexican, South and Central American, and United States cultures, heritage, music, food, arts. Did I leave anything else out? He is, of course, president of Black Heroes Matter Coalition as well. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Ephraim Martin. Hey, Martin, how are you?
Doing well, and thank you very much for this occasion, allowing me to share and the history and the a request for our founding father on your show. I'm talking about Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable, the man who started Chicago, the founding father of Chicago, the everything for Chicago.
Yeah, it's all eyes on Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable. And last night we learned so much more about him during the Black Heroes Matter Coalition's conversation about Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable webinar. And of course, it was presented by the esteemed Education Committee of Black Heroes Matter. And the speakers included Mark O. Rosier, who's author of the book, Chicago's Authentic Founder, Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable, and Elsie H. Hernandez, founder and president of the Haitian American Museum of Chicago, along with Gary T. Johnson, president and CEO of the Chicago History Museum. And you were there, Ephraim. Did you learn anything that you had not known before?
Well, like I say, you know, whenever you talk about a man like DuSable, the founding father, the one who started this city, you're always going to learn more. And there are a lot to be learned as we go along and talk about Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable, this man from the island of Haiti, the country of Haiti, let me be correct, from the Caribbean, who would journey into a land where there was no one, into a deserted place, a place of wild animals and different things like that.
Yes.
He managed to stop by a river and Lake Michigan, knowing that there's no business there, nothing there. He thought that he could maybe rest there. I'm on my journey, but I'm taking a rest. So he stopped and he said, okay. And while taking his rest, I can imagine, he said, you know what? This is a nice place to cool out a little, keeping away from the war in some country, in his country, and different things that was going on and in America. Let me start something here. So he then started a trading post. Of course, with no one in the land except for the indigenous people who were scattered around the state. And of course of Indiana, running all around the place. They started seeing this man and communicating with him, doing business with him. Then there are others who were traveling along what we call today the street. But it's not the street in those days, it was the water. You're traveling boating along the way. And they stopped by and coming from Canada, Detroit, other parts of the country. They slow down, they stopped and they do business with him. And of course, the people in the community, they befriended him. The Indians, let me use the indigenous people. Befriended him. And from there, they said, okay, let's do business here, this man. And then, of course, you know that he was married to one of them also, a wonderful, beautiful woman, you know, from the tribe. And of course, all the people befriended him, and it was like a family affair right there.
Yes.
Not long after he was served as a peacemaker for those from the Catholic Church and Catholic Church, and of course the other religious organizations and tribes and so forth. He was a peacemaker. He was there as a businessman, an entrepreneur. He was the first trader. He was one who have done any kind of business, commerce, or any kind of business you want to talk about in Chicago. He started it. He started them.
Yeah.
because before him, there was none. There was
And,
nothing. And
and
behold, he came and he sat into this land where, where he said, this is a land of no one, but I'm going to stop here and I'm going to start something. So he came and he started thing, and he it grew over the years. It has grown to a massive city, the third largest in the country, called Chicago. Yet
yeah.
in
And
his own land,
he was well traveled. So he had a lot of experience, business
well
knowledge.
traveled, well educated,
Yeah.
smart. You couldn't
Yes.
take nothing away from him. He
Yeah.
was a black man.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
and it was just so. This man was such a miraculous person. You know, a serious entrepreneur, and the first one, like I mentioned, because
Yeah.
before him there was nothing.
That's right. That's right. And then, of course, we know that the American Revolution was in process. The Americans were taking over the land of the indigenous people and pushing them further west. And then they started coming further west and
Mhm.
stumbled upon this great place that DuSable founded and did not want to honor him or recognize him.
So over the years, he was seen to some, those who came after him, and even those who purchased his property and others. Those are some of the people who got credit for Chicago in the earlier days. And it was hidden from the people because we're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to know that a black man founded this land, buried him, pushed him aside, put him in jail, in a kind of jail that the unseen jail he is in. And we're saying, like you and I talked before, it's time to take the shackles off his feet
Yes.
and the chain off his hands, and
Yes.
say, set DuSable free. Give him a city holiday. Give him a major monument and rename Lakeshore Drive, where he started, as Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable Drive.
Yeah.
We are not begging. It's not like we are begging. It must be given. It is his.
Mm-hmm.
We hold this to him. And
Yeah.
I'm saying to the mayor and to the city council members, it's time for you to act. You must act now and rename Lakeshore Drive as Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable Drive. You must now set aside the funds. Don't have us out there begging and running every single day to raise funds. Set aside the required amount to give Jean Baptiste, the founding father, a 25-foot monument. And we're saying, immediately vote to rename Lakeshore Drive as DuSable Drive. Some alderman will say, oh, if you change it, we're gonna miss our LSD. You're missing your LSD. Before LSD, DuSable was there. DuSable is his land. Don't tell me you can't change it.
Yeah.
Others would say, well, we have our addresses to be changed and it's gonna cause problem. Well, two things. For one, we have compromised and we are saying the outer Lakeshore Drive,
Yeah.
which you little or no addresses to be changed. But even if you have to change 1,000 addresses or 10,000 addresses to give this man what should be given to him a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
People in the city, like Alderman King has said, I've been changing addresses every day. Thousands of people have been changing address, and the postal service and others will make the correction. And it's not a problem. So don't tell us about address changes.
Gotcha.
When you went to Cabrini Green, I remember real well, they went to Cabrini Green. And because the rich wants the land and to max and to capitalize in it, they said all these poor people must go. And thousands of people, African-American, from Cabrini Green, they had no voice. So they had to go wherever they were sent, to the suburb and elsewhere. They're pushed out of their home, and they couldn't say to anyone, to the city council members or others, to say, well, I don't want to go because I don't want to change my address. You have no resources, you don't have any money, you're poor, you got to go wherever we sent you. Those days are gone. We are saying the way you treat our people and telling them that they got to go. We are saying, we're not telling you to go, but we're saying if you have to change your addresses, then so be it.
Yeah.
But Lakeshore Drive must be renamed Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable Drive.
There you go. And let's just back up a minute because, you know, as you said, during a period of Chicago history, there was no knowledge of DuSable, but in the early 20th century, some Black Chicagoans and historians started to, you know, protest and raise a little, you know, hail about this. And so eventually a high school bared his name, DuSable High School. That was in the 1930s. But it no longer exists, right? And then, of course, the harbor, there's the DuSable Harbor. As a result of protests, the African-American DuSable Museum was established in the 60s. And I guess the area where he first settled is now considered a National Historic Landmark. That happened back in '76. And then the late great Mayor Harold Washington took some land, 3.24 acres of parkland, and called it DuSable Park, but it remains undeveloped. And that's right over off of Lakeshore Drive.
And I agree with that. You're true. You're so right. But let's take it back a little further. It was about in the teens, 1990, 1910, somewhere about there, when little by little the movement starts. Yeah. And it's stepped up in the about 1920s, where people were then pushing harder for more recognition for DuSable. And like you correctly said, in 1935, a school was renamed in his honor. But even that school today is no longer exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are we talking about? Disrespect the founding father.
Yeah.
You mentioned that in the 60s, Dr. Barrows renamed her museum as DuSable Museum, or African Museum as DuSable Museum. Yeah. Fantastic. That's good. But even today, that museum need the help of all of us. That museum should be supported by all of us and by the city. And for all those corporations and businesses that are giving money to all these museums around the country and everything, they need to look back at Chicago and do for the DuSable Museum. They need to put something into the Black community in that respect.
Yes. Yeah.
And of course, what we are fighting for, Lakeshore Drive to be renamed DuSable Drive, a full city holiday and a major monument is quite reasonable. And it's not like we're in anyone's backyard begging for anything. We're in no one's backyard. Mm-hmm. And we should not be here pushing the city, talking about giving DuSable this. It should come naturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it should be given without question, without protest. This is something that should be given. The city must set aside funding to give a major monument for DuSable.
Got it.
The city must set aside a day, and we propose. The city complained that the cost for giving a full holiday to DuSable would cost the city too much. Now we're saying we can compromise, and because DuSable was said to have been born about right after June 26th, we are proposing the first Saturday in July of each year to be Jean Baptiste, to be upgraded from a day of observance, which is in March 4th, which very few people know about it because there's no real action. Right. We are saying to upgrade that to a full city holiday and celebrate it on the first Saturday of July in each year. This will cost the city little or nothing, but make it official that there is a DuSable Day in memory of the man who started this great city.
Yeah.
And we can have parade on that day all around the city. We can mobilize our people to celebrate the Sabbath in a huge way.
Yes.
And the children of tomorrow will be able to know the real history of Chicago and will be able to celebrate the founding father. You know what it will mean to these young kids who are out there doing the wrong thing?
I know.
When they know that there's someone like them who started this city,
That's
they
right.
can now say, this is my city.
Yeah.
My city is my city. A black man started it.
Yes.
And he was the first entrepreneur. I can be an entrepreneur too.
Yes.
It will mobilize, it will help these kids a whole lot.
It really will.
Them.
It will raise the self-esteem of young people in the city. And like you said, they won't feel so much as visitors, you know, they will know that this is their home, you know, and they will respect it more and honor it more. And like you said, look at themselves and say, hey, if a black man can be the founder of this great city, then surely there's some greatness in me that I can you know, find in myself and do better.
You know, when you look at this city, giving DuSable its proper honor and respect, I know so many people are blindsided. The council, city council, and others are very blindsided. But what this would do to tourists, the tourist industry, would be unbelievable.
Yes.
People want to know. People want to come. People from like Marcus Garvey would said, the 10 million black from around the world who would want to come to the place that they know that they have some connection to a black man started. It's theirs.
Yes. Yes.
So they're going to want to come. And it's not about blacks coming. It's white, black, all nationality will be coming to see this city started by a black man that is now the third largest city. And not just that, to see where he started, to see that monument with his likeness. Oh my God, this will mobilize tourists to this country, to this city than you have ever seen.
And
I'm so happy.
It would really cancel the negative picture that is painted of blacks in America.
Yeah, Al Capone guns don't argue. Al Capone, the negative things, yes, I'm saying it, could be seen in a different way. Chicago could not just be seen as a city of Al Capone. And thanks to Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jordan, they tried to kind of push that away from that negative in a positive way.
Yes.
When people come to know the truth about Chicago and its founder, that would be more positive, would be a big positive for Chicago.
And Chicago needs some good public relations right now. You know, sadly, for the last 10 years or so, you know, when you talk about Chicago, it's all negative. So this, I think, the city getting behind this effort of Black Heroes Matter and the DuSable initiative and instituting that city holiday and renaming Lakeshore Drive, DuSable Drive, and erecting that 25-foot statue will speak volumes, not only to the residents of the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois, but across the country and around the world. And, you know, I was going to ask you, Ephraim, what led you to get behind this effort? But I see the passion. I see the passion.
Let me say this now. You know, as we were talking about the kids and everything, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, that great leader, happens to be from Jamaica, ended up in Harlem and started his movement in those earlier days, the early 1990s, and in the early 19th century. Marcus Garvey always reminds us that a nation without the history of its culture, a nation without the knowledge of its history, culture, and religion is like a tree without its root.
Whoa.
Let me say, when you take that away from our young people, not giving them the true history, and for them to have the knowledge about this city, you're taking away their root.
Yeah.
Their root is moving away.
Yeah.
Give them back their roots.
Yeah.
Let them have it. Let them know the truth. Let them decide.
Yeah. Our history just did not start with slavery. Our history, started with a DuSable, a free man who was a businessman who
and that's what I'm talking about.
Languages.
I've seen over 100 streets in Chicago, all around the place, bearing the names of a lot of people who had little or nothing to do with DuSable. And in my land, DuSable would say, in my land, I'm looking in my land, and they have streets for everyone who had nothing to do with my land.
Mm-hmm.
They have monument for everyone who had nothing to do with my land.
Mm-hmm.
And they have holiday for some who have nothing to do with my land.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that I can't get nothing?
Yeah. So listen,
we must correct it.
Tell everyone how they can support this initiative. How, you need more people to get on board by signing the petition, all of that. Share that, please.
Of course, if you want to support this effort, you can go to take that one back. You can go to www.blackarrowsmatter.org. We have launched a GoFundMe drive to raise funds to help to build the monument and other parts of the campaign. Go there, make a donation of whatever you can afford to do. Mobilize others to make their donation there. You can also find it at GoFundMe.com when you search DuSable Chicago, DuSable, or you can say DuSable Chicago. You will find the link there. Make a contribution today as we talk. Visit now, make your contribution. Also, you can go to change.org to sign the petition. Change.org, sign the petition, just search DuSable Chicago. DuSable is so important to us. And when we struggle, we are saying that it's not just about where he was from or anything like that. What we are saying, we are talking about giving a man his equal rights and justice, what is right for us, the city and the people do right because it's the right thing to do.
Yes. So go ahead.
Yeah. So if the mayor is listening, she expressed her support in many ways for our project. I think she believed in it because on national television, she said, Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable is her favorite, is her #1 Black hero. So if she can now come to admit it after learning the truth, she can also make it possible that the Park District now approve the location for the monument and for the case or the city to give the required fund to give the monument, and for the city council to vote without delay to give DuSable a full city holiday. And we are calling on the people in the city of Chicago to reach out to your alderman, send them a letter, call them, ask them to vote yes to rename Lakeshore Drive as DuSable Drive. Ask them to vote in support of a full city holiday for Jean Baptiste DuSable. And ask them to reach out to the mayor and the case to provide the necessary funding now, because we want to get this by the end of the year. Now.
Yes.
To give DuSable that major monument. His monument should be the largest monument in this city. And 25 feet is not really the largest, but we can satisfy for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
To give him that monument, he deserves it. It's not a begging thing. We shouldn't be begging.
Yeah.
He's a father. He's a founder. He's the creator who started the city.
Yeah. So it's a no-brainer.
240 years on the phone, all over the place in the city called begging you, can you rename it? Every single council members must stand up and should say, we are not going to even argue this. We're going to vote yes for the father. He deserves it.
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Systemic racism must end now.
Yes.
It must, because it's all about racism. And every time I talk about this, it kind of brings me back into the 1980s. Harold Washington became the first Black mayor. But the minute he sat in that seat on the 5th floor there in City Hall, the white side became an immediate split with 29 white alderpersons saying no to Harold Washington in everything he tried to do. And he had some brilliant ideas. And I can hear him again, saying it over again. If only I could get 6 or 5 of these racist white men to just support a reasonable cause, I could have done a lot for this city.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's going to be done. It's going to be done. And so we're asking the people.
Some of them are still, and I just want to say some of them are still there in the council. Okay. And I want to urge them and say to them, it's time for repentance. You can be forgiven. We will forgive you. Repent and vote yes for Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable. Yes.
And again, we're calling on the people. This is a call to action. Go to blackheroesmatter.org and sign the petition, donate, get behind this effort. You're looking for volunteers as well, right?
Yeah, we want all of us to join the movement, to volunteer to join the movement, reach out to others, mobilize our community to take a stand. Because if this pandemic gets out the way, and if we don't get what we want, we're going to get on the street. And we are not going to stop until we see justice for DuSable.
I call it done, Ephraim. I think it's done. I honestly feel that in my heart. So we're gonna stand on that. And let's just shift gears for a minute, because there's a big event. I hear it's the hottest ticket in the city of Chicago coming up for Sunday, this coming Sunday, and you named one of the awards after Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable. Tell us about that.
Yes, well, I see the great sign there being your backdrop. I love it. It's a Chicago Music Award. It is the 39th annual Chicago Music Awards. And of course, let me just say a little bit, if I have time to just say a little bit about the Chicago Music Awards. The Chicago Music Awards came into being along with the International Reggae and World Music Awards 39 years ago. And the objective was to use it as a vehicle for the expression of the voiceless peoples of the world, to end systemic racism in a way, and for an end to apartheid. So we use the music in that way over the years. Mm-hmm. And I'm pleased to say, as we celebrate our 39th Chicago Music Awards, for the first time virtual, without audience, I'm very pleased to say that that special awards that recently Chance the Rapper captured that most recently, and Kanye West captured it, and then here is Kanye West. Did I say Kanye West? No, here we are now with for this Sunday will be none other than actor rapper Common. Common will this Sunday on stage virtually accept the Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable Humanitarian Award. And and Kanye West has some, why am I saying Kanye West? Stop it. Come on. I have something special to say about DuSable when he and the people of Chicago when he accepts his word. Just listen, tune in. Go to ChicagoMusicAwards.org, ChicagoMusicAwards.org, and watch at 6 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Central Time to hear what Kanye, we were Common, and all the other people accepting the award will have to say. It's going to be fantastic, and you can see the rest.
Yeah, Common, who shouted out Jean Baptiste DuSable on his performance last year at the NBA game. He's going to say it in a minute. You hear it? He said, you're from Chicago, the land of Fred Hampton and Jean Baptiste DuSable.
Wonderful.
Did you know that? He did the opening for the NBA All-Star game last year, and he did his whole performance on the city of Chicago. And of course, shouted out Jean Baptiste DuSable. So yeah, you know how I feel about the Chicago Music Awards. So thanks for bringing me back in this year. I'm so excited about it. And again, it is normally the hottest ticket in town, but this year we have to go virtual because of the pandemic. But nevertheless, it's still going to be an exciting show. And as Martin shared, it's Sunday, the 28th of February, 6 p.m.
Last instrument.
At ChicagoMusicAwards.org, or they can go to YouTube, Martin's International. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And yes, indeed. And also on Facebook, Chicago Music Awards on Facebook and the other social media.
And I'll put the links and the notes under this under the show on YouTube. Now and as we're gearing up for Sunday, you've also been working on your other award show, which is the ARAMA.
Yes, that's the International Reggae and World Music Awards, ARAMA. That will be coming in May, and that's going to be coming live from Jamaica. So virtually too again, you know, unless something changed rapidly. But hopefully the virus may be out the way, but we can't bet on that. However, after that, for the people in Chicago, we are looking forward to our African Caribbean International Festival of Life, and that's going to be July 2nd through the 4th. I assume that by then we will be at a point where we can go out again and celebrate. And also to wind up the year, in September 11th and 12th will be our JSV Fest. That's a Jerk Seafood and Vegan Festival. If you like to eat well and good food, then that's the time. Lots of celebration coming up. But I want to say a very special thanks to you, Marilyn, for all the work you've been doing, for your outstanding contribution to the industry in many ways. And we want to encourage you to keep up the good work. We want to encourage those people who are watching to mobilize your friends and others to keep on watching this program, because it is very informative. It is very it's a good event, good show for you to relax, sit down, relax, and enjoy while having a sip or eating a little food, or just launch it out. Yeah,
there you go. There you go. So, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Indeed.
Yeah, so all right. So there we have it, everybody. Get behind the Black Heroes Matter Coalition movement at blackheroesmatter.org. And all the information is there in terms of how you sign the petition, make your donations. Also, remember to support the Chicago Music Awards this Sunday. It's going to be virtual, and I'll put all the links under this video on the YouTube channel. But again, you can go to ChicagoMusicAwards.org to get all the links there as well. And remember that the International World Award show that's coming up in May, the Reggae Awards. And I think that's it. Any closing remarks other than what you said before?
Yes. So let me just say a very special thanks to all the team members and the committee chairs and others who have been helping to make this a reality. We have some 80 organizations and businesses who have joined in the coalition. to push for these requests that we are making for the sub. We want to say special thanks to each and everyone. And we want to challenge everyone today or listening or tonight, as the case may be. You can go to the website and show your love and appreciation by signing the petition and making a contribution of any amount. We can do it. We're going to do it together. We're going to make it happen together. We're all in this as one people. No matter where you're from, we are all in this. Because when you discriminate against one, when there's injustices to one, it's an injustice to all of us. So let us have a good time. MartinsInternational.com is our regular website for all our events, but BlackHeroesMatter.org is for the Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable project. And for those of you for the awards this week, it's a time for you to relax and enjoy the 39th in Chicago Music Awards at 6 p.m. this Sunday with the likes of Common accepting that outstanding award, Slick and Chicago Mass Choir, and a lots of other entertainers taking the stage. You can't afford to miss this Sunday, 6 p.m. www.chicagomusicawards.org. You got it. See you there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ephraim. We'll talk later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that again is my guest for today's show, Mr. Ephraim Martin, president of Martins International and of the Black Heroes Matter organization coalition. And as you've heard, it was a serious show. I mean, there was a lot that was shared in this particular show in honor of Black History Month and in honor of Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable. But, you know, I think it's important that, you know, the city of Chicago finally recognizes the founder in a huge way. And so I wanted to bring that to you. Now, remember, as we close out this month, we need to continue to support the American Heart Association. And, you know, you can do it in a lot of ways. I've been wearing red as much as I can. I even put the red in the big hair of this month, but you know, we still have some days that you in this month that you can support it, and you can always support it. It doesn't just have to be the month of February. And keep in mind also, everyone, that throughout the year, it's Black History, right? We're making Black History. There's Black History throughout the year, 24/7, 365. So again, we're not just going to stop there with the celebration of Black History Month. And also keep in mind the word for the month for February, it's quiddity, and it means inherent nature or distinctive feature or essence of someone or something, all right? And so we'll meditate on that word this month and continue to build our vocabulary and just have some fun with words. Different words, strange words that we haven't heard of before, right? All right, so again, if you'd like to promote or advertise with Maryland's Cafe Society via the show or on the website, just send an email to producer@marylandscafesociety.com and we'll get all the details to you. And remember, you can find me on social media. Just visit marylandscafesociety.com. That's the website, and you'll see all the links to the social media, including the blog. And remember, you can check out the blog every week by no later than Thursday. All right, and be sure that you like, subscribe, and share, everybody. And again, a special thanks to Mr. Ephraim Martin of Martins International and Black Heroes Matter Coalition for stopping by the show to make this edition of the show very special as we close out Black History Month and honor Chicago, the founder of the city of Chicago, Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable. And remember to tune in to the 39th annual Chicago Music Awards show this Sunday, 6 p.m. on YouTube/Martins International, or you can go to chicagomusicawards.org and click all the links there, and I'll be sure to put the link um, under the comments section of this website. All right. And so as we close out, I just want to remind you what love is on this day, and it is Jean Baptiste Pointe DuSable. Yay. And remember, everybody, if you don't do anything else this week, be sure that you live, you laugh, and you love. As always, it's a pleasure and a privilege to hang out with you right here on Maryland's Cafe Society on YouTube. Until next week, peace, everybody. Be good.